Welcome. So we're going to be working with grounding and also releasing negativity in the body and in the mind and the heart. So sit comfortably and get settled in your body, closing the eyes. It's always good to feel where you're holding tension and where there's a pattern of ease in the body. But I'll also ask you to look for that in the breath, where there might be some subtle catches and the breath is less smooth. See what you can do to relax both in the breath and the body. Then I'll have you lower the chin down and we'll just go ahead and get started. This is a short practice, so we'll make the most of our time. Stepping to the front of the mat. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift the arms overhead. And as you exhale, just lower the arms down to the sides. Inhale, let's lift off the heels this time, long in the body. And exhale, lower the arms down, heels down. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Working with Ujjayi breathing. Now I'll have you start to extend the exhales. Let's go ahead and keep the heels down now. See if you can get an inhale in for 4 counts. Feel the chest and upper back expand. And as you exhale, lengthen that towards 8. We're looking for a 1 to 2 breath ratio. So we'll inhale for 4 again, arms come overhead, heels stay grounded now. And as you exhale, lowering the arms down as we follow the navel back towards the spine. Good. So staying in this flow, let's exhale, lower to chair, but keep lowering the upper body over the thighs. And then as you inhale, reaching out of the waist, pass through chair, but then all the way to standing with that inhale. Again, exhale, drop the hips, lower the torso over the thighs, and then as you inhale, reach back up and press through to standing. Good. 2 more times like that. We're still staying in that flow of 1 to 2 breathing. The last one, dynamically lowering into the forward fold variation of chair, but then reaching up and out. This helps to strengthen the back, helps us to build more stability in the body. Now exhale, lower to chair pose. Stay there, opening the breath. Continue to draw the navel back towards the spine, tail into the body on the exhale. Feet grounding evenly. Good. And press back to standing. Now we'll exhale, lower over the legs, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, lowering down, staying here, about 4 breaths. Smoothing out any tension in the breath. And let's step back to downward facing dog. Stretching the fingers forward, shoulders away from the ears, hips nice and high. Grounding the left foot 45 degrees, step the right foot forward. Let's take the right hand behind the back, left arm up. Next exhale, fold forward over the front leg, keeping it long. Bend the knee as you inhale, come up warrior 1, just with one arm extended. You'll stay here for the exhale, back thigh is strong. And then straighten the front leg with your inhale, and once again we'll flow through with this same vinyasa. You exhale, forward fold over the front leg. Bend the front knee, rise up into a variation of warrior 1. Staying here with your exhale, still steeped in the 1 to 2 breath. And then inhale, taking the front leg long again. Flow through this sequence 2 more times. One of the benefits of working dynamically through poses like this is we have to maintain that attention in the breath. Good, last one. Still maintaining this 1 to 2 breathing ratio. Good, and then this next inhale, take the right arm up. We'll exhale, fold forward over the front leg and stay here in Parsvottanasana with the front leg long. You can use a block if you need to. Otherwise, taking the fingertips or hands down to either side of the foot. Really tapping into this quality of relief and release on the exhales. The inhales aiding in opening where we're tight, where we're bound, where we wear stress internally in our body and in our minds. Let's ground the hands down and bring ourselves back downward facing dog. Finding symmetry in the body, ease in the breath, chin towards the back of the neck and slightly down to keep that length in the neck. Let's switch sides. Right foot 45 degrees, step the left foot forward. We'll take the left arm behind the sacrum and right arm elevating. Exhale, fold forward over the left leg. As you inhale, bend the front knee and rise up, warrior one, chest slightly forward of the hips as you stay here for the exhale. Inhale, waist long, and as we exhale, take especially that right waist long over the front leg. Bend the front knee as you come up, warrior one. Use that navel drawing back to the spine to help bring foundation to your pelvis as you move through this sequence. The breath is really primary focus of our practice today. The poses are secondary. So don't lose that attention in your breath. Good, last one of this dynamic vinyasa. And on your next inhale, left arm comes up and we exhale, fold forward over the left leg now. Keeping the left leg long as possible. Stay present with sensation, but really casting your attention everywhere, over all of your body, not just in the places that are stretching. And this actually helps to bring more softness to the sensation of those muscles that are elongating. So we're going to reach out and up. Now we'll come up to standing and come back to the front of the mat. Just feel. Noticing an increasing clarity, but also more of a sense of ease, groundedness. So let's open the feet wide now, 4 feet apart, hands to the hips. Take a big breath in. And we'll exhale. So hands can stay to the hips, or if you want to take a stronger variation, as you exhale, arms can reach forward. We're going to stay in a flow here. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold forward, either hands to the hips or arms forward. Inhale, come up 2/3 of the way. And then exhale, releasing down. And now we'll come up all the way back to standing. So maintain that level of activation in the legs now as you fold forward for Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands can come to the floor in line with the toes, shoulder width apart. Bending the elbows, drawing those elbows towards the wall that they're facing as you work to keep the legs stable and engaged. back, and spine, releasing towards the earth. Stay in that 1 to 2 breathing. This is the primary focus. Again, the shapes are secondary. Keep rolling the inner thighs back. Soft through the gaze. Let's take the hands to the hips, and we're going to rise up through a flat back, come back to standing. So hugging the feet into more of a 3.5 foot or 3 foot distance. We're going to go towards a revolved triangle. Bend the right knee, take the left arm around, fingers face back towards the toes, and elevate right arm overhead. Again, you're welcome to use a block. If this minimizes any strain. What we're looking for is putting a lot of weight towards that outer left sole of the foot. You can keep the right knee bent or begin to lengthen it, but really reaching the chest towards the back wall and spinning the chest and navel up towards the ceiling. You can release the neck at any time. But think about chin towards the back of the neck and slightly down so that we're not crunching the neck as we take the gaze up. So let's come up to standing. And we're going to reverse sides. Inhale. Adjust. We'll switch sides. Bending the left knee now. Twist around. Bringing the right fingertips either in front of the left foot or to the outside of it. Again, bring weight over to the right side of the foot. 1 to 2 breathing. You can straighten the left leg or keep it bent depending on your flexibility level. Nice. Keep revolving navel and chest up towards the ceiling. Navel towards the back body with every exhale. So I'm going to have you come back up and step to the front of the mat, Uttanasana. Adjust. Continuing to tap into that sense of relief and release in your body, in your mind. So we're going to come down for a variation of Malasana squat pose. The idea is the balls of the feet and the heels are together, and as you squat down, the knees go wide. So it's okay if the heels stay slightly elevated. You're going to keep the hands to the floor in front of you. Otherwise, if the heels come down, extend the arms forward, interlacing the fingers, and coming back to sit on the seat. Let's grab hold of the outer soles of the feet and then begin to extend the legs for Utthita Paschimottanasana, uplifted seated forward fold. 1 to 2 breathing, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Be mindful that you're not collapsing the low back. Keep lifting from the sternum. Outer shins hugging in. And we'll bend the knees. Turn 180 degrees, come down to rest on your back. Preparing for bridge pose, feet hip width apart. We're going to take the left arm overhead and lift the hips as you inhale. As you exhale, lower the hips and the left arm, look to the right. As you inhale, right arm comes up and overhead. Now as you exhale, turn the gaze and pull that right shoulder away from the ear. Now both arms come up and overhead, hips lift. Exhale, staying in the 1 to 2 breathing cycle, lower the hips and arms overhead. We're going to do this one more time. Left arm elevates, hips lift. Gaze to the ceiling as you exhale. Turn left ear away from the left shoulder. As we inhale, right arm goes up, gaze to the ceiling. And exhale, pull that right ear away from the right shoulder as you look left. Now both arms up, hips up, gaze to the ceiling. Stay here. Take the arms underneath you, interlace the fingers, press through the 4 points of the feet evenly. And keep lifting. Back of the head pressing to the floor strongly, as well as the shoulders, so that the base of the neck is lifting. C7, that bony base of the neck, ideally lifting off of the floor. Now release the hands, lower the hips down. Take a moment and adjust. Preparing for our inversion, so half shoulder shoulder stand or full shoulder stand. Go ahead and lift the feet, roll the spine up, grab for the lower back, elevate the legs in an angle so that the big toes hover above the forehead. So I just want to show you some variations with the block. You can take the block underneath, right at the sacrum. Sometimes it takes some practice to find that perfect spot, but then you can just elevate the legs overhead. There's still some strengthening quality here. It's not quite as restorative as legs up the wall. Or you can take the legs down. You'll want to move the block to the level 2 position. This is also really useful. Feeling that support underneath you. But making it your choice now, if you have chosen any of the variations, and we'll just stay here 1 to 2 breathing, either half shoulder stand or supported with the block, legs up or in bridge. That same grounding through the shoulders and the back of the head. Looking to smooth out any sense of turbulence in the breath. Just be here. Let the pose begin to do its work on you. Lower the legs overhead, roll the spine down, and come back long onto the mat. Adjust. Let's roll over onto our bellies for some counter posing. So we're going to take a variation of locust pose. Arms alongside the body, palms up. First, just elevate the head a few inches. Now take the arms and right leg up. Exhale, lower everything down. And as you inhale, take the left leg up, upper body and arms. Be careful not to overarch the neck. We're going to stay with the 1 to 2 breathing. Keep lengthening throughout the leg and lifting it. Length is always the focus as opposed to height. Now take both halves up on your next inhale. If you want some more challenge, you can take the arms forward. Otherwise, you can keep them alongside the body. Big breaths. Next exhale, lowering the arms down, cheek to the side. Let's press up to tabletop position. We'll move dynamically here, inhaling in tabletop. Exhale, hips back towards the heels. Inhale, Moving forward. Tail into the body as we exhale, drawing the hips back long through the waist. Do this a couple more times. Staying here. Feeling that suppleness in the back as you're breathing in and out. It's that strong sense of inner sensitivity and attention in your body, your heart. So I'm going to have you walk the hands back, lift the torso, and take the hips to the sides. We're going to prepare for Janusirsasana. Bending the right knee, extend and fold forward over the left leg. Now we're going to work dynamically here, so we're going to come in and out a few times. As you exhale, extend over, but don't really grab hold anywhere of the leg. Reach out of the waist, come up through back of the heart. Now catch hold as you inhale, lengthen up one more time, and then exhale, fold forward. Keep thinking about shoulders drawing away from the ears, chest extending towards the foot, chin towards the back of the neck, slightly down. 1 to 2 breathing. We're going to reach out and up. Take the arms down as you switch sides. Bend the left knee, extend right leg. Arms come up and exhale. Follow the navel back. Feel that support and keep lengthening out of the waist. Come up. Good. 2 more times. Exhale over the leg. Inhale, reach out and come up, moving in this way as we have in and out of forward folds is helping to add more strength to our body. As we catch hold now with the hands, we're going to inhale, lengthen out of the spine, and then lowering down. Keep tapping in to forward folds, taking us more and more internally, away from the outside world. Good. Reach out, rise up. So for our last pose, well, I'll take a couple more. Let's take Baddha Konasana, feet together. Just extend through the waist. Knees wide, shoulders dropping down. Emphasis is on extension, so really lifting collarbones, lifting through the sternum. Now extend the legs wide for Upavista Konasana. Manually, internally rotate the thighs. As you take the fingertips to the shins, shoulders back from the ears, press through the heels and extend forward. If you need to lift up onto a blanket, you can pause and take time to do that. We want a sense that the sacrum is drawing into the body and slightly up. If you have the room, you can grab for the toes, aiding you in coming further forward and down. Potentially even taking the arms forward. Keep lifting the toes. But there is a sense that the heels are drawing back towards the hips. And that engagement then brings more of this invitation to lengthen through the back. Heels draw towards the hips, hugging them towards the hip sockets, not away. Keep breathing. Keep lengthening. Keep releasing on those long exhales. walk back up. We're going to take a simple cross-legged twist. Now you're only going to see me go to one side. Okay, so we'll begin with the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind. Simple twist, but again, last time I'll say it, stay with your 1 to 2 breathing. So again, you're not going to see me do it, but I'm going to have you come out and go to the other side. There were some technical difficulties, but you can do this. So right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Keep lengthening chest and navel around to the left. Good. Again, you're not going to see me doing this, but come back forward. Adjust. And then now it's time to make our way to Shavasana. So coming to lie down flat. If you need to put anything on. We'll stay here for about 5 minutes. So there's no more shaping of the breath, no more shaping of the body. Just for about the next 5 to 7 breaths, on the exhales, really open up to the earth. Feel that the bones are heavy. The flesh and the fascia are able to soften any gripping over the bones. The organs settling in their places. Really feeling this invitation to surrender into the earth and feel held and supported. Just notice the breath. Noticing how effortlessly smooth it is now. Lastly, the mind stays effortlessly aware, seated in the witness. Whatever may drift into your field of consciousness, become aware of it, but then let it go. Just hold this moment where you can truly relax into being. No more doing. Just keep letting go into being. Coming back, begin to deepen your breath, moving the body. As you're ready, rolling over to your right side. And then coming up to a seated position. I recommend elevating the hips as we prepare for pranayama practice now, so that there's much less of a tendency to slouch and the breath can be unimpeded. So with the hands in Chin Mudra, index to the thumb at the knees with the palms facing down, simply come back into that 1 to 2 breathing. We'll also add some subtle bandha work where chin is towards the back of the neck, slightly down, and maintaining some root lock as well, where we're engaging the anterior wall of the perineum, creating a sense of lifting there. This is mainly mental, however, so see if you can make it as just like 30% physical, 70% mental. So with the chin lock and the root lock there, continue with the 1 to 2 breathing. Feel free to expand your ratio. We were working with in for 4, out for 8. You can extend it to in for 5, out for 10, or in for 6, out for 12. We want it to be comfortable, something that we can maintain. So now I'm going to have you begin kumbhaka practice, a retention, after the inhale for up to the amount that you're inhaling. So if you're breathing in for 5 seconds, you'll pause the breath for up to 5 seconds, and then exhale out for 10. Now again, especially now that we're working with retention, this should not be causing any disturbance in the breath. If that's happening, create more relaxation around the retention, or minimize the amount that you're retaining. And if on any given day both of those are not working, just don't do the retention on that day. So pranayama helps to impact us more on the subtle level. This is where we're really lengthening the benefits of everything that we've done so far. Really getting into those more hidden chords of where anxiety and fear ride in our thought patterns and in our feelings. Pranayama is very transformative. We're going to move right into the meditation. I'll explain it first. On your inhale, you're going to bring all of your attention to your base, to your root, the pelvic floor. And on that retention, just keep that sense of focus there. And on the exhales, you're going to sense physical and mental, emotional toxins leaving the body into the core of the earth. So now for the next 10 breaths, do this practice on the inhale. Attention is at your base, at your pelvic floor. You pause and you hold that attention there. And on the exhale, inviting any mental, physical, emotional toxins to leave. You don't have to be able to name these things. We're simply utilizing prana as we've been tapping into its function of apana, of releasing, of eliminating, both on the physical and the mental and subtle level. We're helping to aid its balancing and optimizing the role of apana. All the way into the core of the earth, the exhales are going. Your attention is casting all the way there. This is called the Apana Vayu meditation. And after those 10 breaths, you won't do the pranayama component anymore. You'll relax the breath completely. So with the breath relaxed, you're going to sense, see, or feel a dark blue downward pointing triangle at the root chakra. So right there at the perineum, the pelvic floor near the tailbone. Feel and see energy moving downward as flashes of lightning, which magnetize you into the center of the planet. So remember, don't over-intellectualize this process. Just use your mind's ability for positive imaging to start to orient your prana in this way. And feel a very powerful sense of being grounded and stable as you connect in with the center of the earth. The body tall and steady, and we'll stay here for these last minutes. So feeling, sensing that dark blue downward pointed triangle. That this energy is moving downward like flashes of lightning and magnetizing you to the center of the earth. All the while, you're noticing more and more of this profound stability and groundedness in you. Just keep relaxing. You can't do it wrong. Simply sense that this meditation is helping you to grow your base, grow your roots. So that you are able to expand and to grow and to transform. Without a proper foundation, any growth in life will be very limited. At this point, the root lock is absolutely mental. There's no more physical engagement whatsoever. Please release the meditation. As you remain steady and still here, just notice how you feel. Notice if there's that increased sense of freedom and ease and a minimizing of the tension that may have been there. I'll have you take your hands to your heart, lower the chin down, bow into yourself, giving gratitude for your body, your mind, and your heart in this practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.